Dr. Chadha, I have a two-part question. First, what is emotional intelligence? And second, what are the various approaches to measure emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence is the new area of research in psychology. It has become the focus of many leading psychologists across the globe. It has also found an important place in the area of organizational development industry. There are three main emotional intelligence models, which includes A. the models based on ability, B. models based on trait, and C. mixed models of emotional intelligence.
Can you give an example of a model based upon ability?
The first comprehensive model to measure emotional intelligence was developed by Meyer and Sociability, who defined emotional intelligence as the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings and emotions, to discriminate among them, and to use this information to guide one's thinking and actions. Following their continuing research, their initial definition of emotional intelligence was reviewed to the abilities to accurately perceive emotion, to assess and generate emotions so as to assist thought, to understand emotions and emotional knowledge, and to reflectively regulate emotions so as to promote emotional and intellectual growth. They viewed emotional intelligence in line with traditional intelligence, or so called IQ, as it commonly referred and defined in terms of set of mental capacities or abilities. In order to measure emotional intelligence, a 4-branch model was proposed. The 4 branches of model includes the following 4 abilities, like: number 1, identifying or perceiving emotions. It requires a participant to identify a particular emotion such as happiness, sadness, anger, disgust, fear, among others. This allows an individual to be self-aware and be sensitive in the feelings of others, and also to identify and make a distinction between honest and false emotional expressions in others, with the help of analyzing cues related to language, sound, appearance, and behavior. Number 2, using emotions to facilitate thought. It assesses a participant's ability to use one's emotions and feelings to assist in certain cognitive processes such as reasoning, problem solving, and decision making. It involves generating emotions to aid judgment and memory processes, and generating moods to facilitate the consideration of multiple perspectives, produce emotional states to enhance the different reasoning styles. Understanding emotions, it measures the ability to interpret the changes or transition from one emotional state to another, which, along with emotional cues from the past and present, help in predicting the pattern of emotional response in both self and others. managing or regulating one's emotions. It measures the ability to manage one's emotions according to the demands of a situation, as a mismatch between emotion or feelings with the context can adversely affect the decision making process.
What are the main features of a trait-based model?
KB Petrites proposed a conceptual distinction between the ability based model and a trait based model of emotional intelligence. He tries to define emotional intelligence in terms of personality traits rather than mental abilities, and the emotional intelligence models defined in this way use self-report measures to assess an individual emotional intelligence, that is, an individual self-perceptions of the degree to which they have certain emotional and behavioral characteristics. He further proposed 4 global factors and 15 sub-factors, which are: number 1, emotionality, that is, high scorers on emotionality are in touch with theirs and others' feelings. They perceive and express emotions and use these qualities to forge lasting and meaningful relationships with others. Low scorers on this trait, they find it difficult to recognize their own feelings and are unable to express them to others, which in turn leads to less satisfactory relationships with others, and include traits such as emotional perception, empathy, emotional expression, relationships. 2. Self-control. High scorers, they shows high degree of control over their desires and urges. They are good at resisting temptations, pressure and stress. Low scorers, they shows lower degree of control over their desires and are prone to stress and other unhealthy outcomes, and include traits such as emotion regulation, stress management, impulsiveness, adaptability, and self-motivation. 3. Sociability. High scorers, they shows better social interaction. They are good at communicating with others and are patient listeners, all of which helps them to connect well with the people from diverse backgrounds. Low scorers, they shows poor social skills. They are shy and reserved, unable to communicate their thoughts and feelings to others, which makes them poor negotiators and networkers, and include traits such as assertiveness, emotion management, and social awareness. 4th, well-being. High scorers, they shows greater life satisfaction. They feel positive about the past achievements and are optimistic about the future outcomes. Lower scorers, they shows low self-regard. They are normally disappointed with their past and less optimistic about their future. They include traits such as self-esteem, happiness, and optimism.
What does a mixed model of emotional intelligence entails?
The last category to measure emotional intelligence is known as mixed model approach, and the typical example in this category is the model of proposed by Daniel Goleman, which tries to view emotional intelligence as a wide array of competencies and skills. Goleman includes a set of emotional competencies within each construct of emotional intelligence. According to him, emotional competencies are not innate talents, but rather learned capabilities that must be worked on and can be developed to achieve outstanding performance. Goleman model outlines four main emotional intelligence competencies. Number 1, self-awareness. It is concerned with knowledge about self, one's preferences, emotions, internal states, self-assessment, and includes competencies such as emotional self-awareness, accurate self-assessment, and self-confidence. Number 2, self-management. It is concerned with managing one's emotions, internal states, impulses, and includes competencies such as emotional self-control, transparency, adaptability, achievement drive, and initiative. Third, social awareness. It is concerned with how individuals benefits social relationships, feelings and concerns of others. It includes competencies such as empathy, service orientation, and organizational awareness. The fourth one, relationship management. It is concerned with developing and maintaining a relationship with others and includes competencies such as developing others, influencing others, conflict management, inspirational leadership, change catalyst, teamwork, and collaboration.